all experienced people here know that people who start saying they're going to be brief normally talk much longer than ordinary people because they are aware that they always talk too long. But this time I hope this will not happen. This one, I just push here and I do what? Play. Yeah, okay. So, do you know how many slides I have?
4.
Yeah, somebody knows. I have 4.
We just saw it.
So,
as long as you only have not more than 7 bullet points per slide. That's the magic number.
One of them has a lot of text on it.
See?
You probably can't read it, but anyhow. I would like, since I have so little to say myself, I would like just to give a few comments to what has been said here before. I think what Damin Kumar is doing is extremely important, especially in the sense of trying to think deeply about how you can make schools contribute to creativity. And I think that this must have to do also with teaching the teachers, to create a new kind of ideal for the teachers. Because what's most important problem, as I see it, is that what you do in school is that you expect to get the right answer. This is the good student gives the right answer. And your point is really, this is not what we should ask for. We should establish some process where people are open that there is often no right answer. There might be many different answers. So I think this is so important, and I hope we're going to work a lot with this in relation to our manifesto and things like that. And also I think that the last case study we got was extremely interesting. And I think we can draw even more lessons from it than Karl-Heinz did himself. I'm sorry. I think one point which was very important was that you pointed out you had 2 teams competing very hardly. I have had some critical comments to the European Innovation Technology Institute, because what they want to do is to establish one consortium in each area. I tell them, make 2, at least 2. It's also my experience that what makes us move in the scientific world in terms of creativity is a lot to do with competition. It's not competition about money, but it's competition about the honor of being the one who creates new things. So I think this is one lesson. I think there are several other very interesting lessons which can be drawn. I would say probably when you work the first 10, 15 years, nobody thought about getting money from this. Perhaps somebody, but mainly you were very much focused on the fundamental, interesting challenge of trying to do what was very difficult to do in competition with others. Yeah. So these are things I think we should be aware of when we link science to business and culture. So, sorry, this was just some comments to my former speeches. Now I see what's coming here. So this is already what you know. Huh? It's a new constellation. The idea is that artistic, scientific creativity can be linked to business and to social change. And you can also say that this is a very good idea because one crucial thing which contributes to both creativity and innovation is diversity. It's bringing together, having people with very diverse experience are very often creative. I mean, the kind of people you want to be, who is both artistic and cultural and technical and designer, people who can combine these kinds of experience are often much more creative than others. People who get together with people who are very different from themselves also get more creative than others. People who only go together with the same kind of people as themselves are not very creative normally. They just confirm each other. So I think this is an important point. And we are very diverse. We have had some very interesting discussions, and I know some of the ambassadors got a little, thought it was going too slow because we started to discuss life and culture and everything, and then somebody wanted to move to talk, what about the market, and everything is in the air. And I think we are in a very privileged situation. I actually feel, in spite of my very old age, people say that you're only innovative until you are 15 or something like that. I feel that my creativity is really growing exponentially during this period, working with very interesting other people. I think it's positive to link the worlds of science and art to the worlds of business and politics. But I would like to say this, and I do it every time, we must not subordinate art and science to markets. If we do that, we kill creativity. If your guys were only thinking about money when you were doing this fundamental work, you would try to hide your ideas and think, how could I get the money out of it? So, and the same with culture. I mean, we want culture to interact and sometimes perhaps go into some commercial activity, but we don't want to transform the basic incentives to only to be about money. I think the current crisis, if anything, shows what happens if you leave the profit and the market, etc., as the only incentive structure. And this is not what we want. So I think we want, in a sense, at least as much as we want to commercialize culture, we want to cultivate commerce. We want to learn from the area of art and culture and science. The lessons we have drawn there should be moved to business, not only as input to innovation, but also to mode of organizing things, leaving people in business a chance to be creative, to have some time, and not only to think about very short-term issues. So I think to have some kind of equal weight of the two worlds is fundamental for the success of this. And I see a risk. I see a risk when we talk about cultural industry, etc., that some people mainly think, how can we exploit culture? How can we exploit science for industrial purpose and competitiveness? If this is all it is about, I'm not there. I think that would kill creativity in innovation in the long run. So what we agreed upon has already been mentioned, that this crisis, we know that during serious crisis, we don't exactly know how serious it is, by the way. But a lot of people say it's very serious, so probably it is. And if it's a serious crisis, it's a period where you develop new ways of doing things. You develop new institutions, new ways of organizing things, new ways of making politics, new power relations and all this. So it's, you can say, a kind of window of opportunity to promote new ways of doing things. And this, I think, creates an interesting opportunity for this initiative. On the other hand, we know that what concerns people most now is financial matters. It's about money, it's about banks and all this. There will be a very interesting occasion this summer, because for the first time